Hey guys, welcome back. So today I'm going to show you step by step how I fix a pothole with a skid steer. And let's go on a little walk. I'll show you what I'm dealing with. But there are potholes all throughout this. This is a business here in the Jefferson City area. They have a lot of semis in and out of here, so this road takes a beating. And you can see there are some monsters. But what I did to prep for this, and you guys will see this shape up, and this will all make sense as I'm working. But I went ahead and marked the potholes. That way I remember where they're at. You can see I put one there and there to mark out this area. And there's a pothole here. So I marked that. And then another one down there. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to get them ripped out. But I'm going to grade this whole area. But when I'm ripping out these potholes, you want to get all the way down to the subgrade and rip out the bottom, because that is where the problem actually lies. If I just filled this in with gravel, it would look great when I leave, but it'll all just push right out. So you'll see it shape up. I'll show you guys. But once we get all of it prepped, I'm gonna put this geotextile fabric down. And this is woven fabric. It's very important to get the woven fabric. Don't get the filter fabric, the stuff that goes in landscaping. But that is the plan. I already have a load of rock on the truck. I'm trying to be as efficient as I can here, because once I get this tore out, they're not going to be able to get in and out for a little bit. So let's get to it. So today I'm stuck with this smoothed edge bucket because my serrated edge bucket is at another job site right now. So what I'm going to do now is I want to see if I can get this ripped out with the bucket. If I can't, if I need to loosen it up with the power rake, that's what I'm going to do. So let's start by seeing what this machine will do with the smooth. Oh yeah, this is gonna work. So this is step one, is to get to the bottom of this. You want to basically delete the pothole. I'm gonna save this material, but once I get down to that nasty stuff, I'm gonna discard it. See there, right there, and like right, what would that be, right past the middle of the bucket, it's a little muddy looking material. We're getting into the bad stuff. We need to get that out of here. So you know what, I'm gonna go stockpile this over here for now until I figure out what I'm gonna do with it. I'm gonna be grading this entire road all the way around and then out, but for the sake of this video, I'll just show you guys this area that I'm repairing with a pothole. But you never know, I may show you the whole thing. I don't know how these videos go. I just kind of film what I'm doing. I don't try to make a big deal of it. Yeah, this is... If I had my serrated edge bucket or my tooth bucket, I'd be digging a lot better, but this 335 has plenty of weight and power, so it's really not an issue. Yeah, it's gonna work out just fine. Basically what you want is, I don't know why I dumped that right in the road, I'm a dummy. Get this out of the way because there are people that are working here today. Put this right here. When I have this properly prepped, before I put any rock or fabric down, I want to get rid of all the indications of this pothole. Like, you need to loosen all this up, and I know you guys can't see my hands, I talk with my hands a lot, but like this edge right here, the way it's, this is fine, this is a good hard road, but I need all of this material to bind back together. And this is actually really cool because you can see it right here. Look right there in front of my bucket. You can see I am down past all the original gravel. You can see what gravel there is on the road where it ends there. So there's probably, right here in this area, there's probably 6 inches of road bed right now. There's a little bit of rock in this, but this is probably the original base when this road was built. And right there where I stopped, that's probably all the stuff that's been brought in over the years. So I'm good with this right now. That's good right there. So I'm gonna get all this ripped out. I'm gonna go get each of these potholes just like this, and then once I get them all ripped out, I'll come back through here with the power rake and get all this blended together, and then we'll put down the fabric. You'll see. There's kind of a process to this. Watch, that UPS guy's probably gonna come over here next. How much you want to bet? Yeah, it's a little soft right there in front of me still, so. Oh nice, he's not coming up here. UPS guy made a left-hand turn. Holy cow, guys, I have been insanely busy. Next week we got the Con Expo in Vegas. We're going up to that. It's just been great. But I have been set back quite a bit. I hurt my back, believe it or not. Just welding. That's all I was doing, was welding in my shop. And blew my back out. It was bad enough where I went to the ER. Like, I'm not a baby, but I couldn't even walk. I had to be wheelchaired into the ER, and yeah, this is looking good right here. See right there to my right, that's where that pothole was. I'm trying to get rid of all the indications of a pothole. Anyway, so I had to go to the ER. They shot me full of pain meds, took x-rays. They said I have arthritis in my back. Arthritis or arthritis? Arthritis. Man, I'm such a hillbilly. Gave me some pain meds. Now I'm going to physical therapy for my back. So, welcome to being old. You get 40, things just change. So, let's see. I'm pretty good with this. I'll touch this up a little more with the power rake. So, that's one pothole prepared. Let's come over here where I'm not in that hole. Let's rip this one out next. The best way to do this, if you have an excavator on site, is to really just focus on the pothole, because you see I'm actually digging out a bigger area, which is not the end of the world, but if I have an excavator on site, usually I'll use the excavator for this, scratch them out. This is good material here, so I don't want to discard this stuff yet. But let me know, as far as on the business side of things, what you guys want to hear about. I'm always happy to help. If you have any questions on bidding or anything like that, I can help, or anything with business. I just like to help out. And the whole reason I do this, guys, the reason I try to help fellow operators or business owners out is I feel there's no need to keep secrets. Like, let's rewind a bit, because I talk to a lot of friends and people on the internet about business, and guys, we all deal with the same frustrations. It's crazy. It doesn't matter where you're at. It doesn't matter what country you're in, what state you're in, what town you're in. We all have the same exact frustrations. And the number one thing I always hear, well, there's a couple things, but the number one complaint I hear is the market is saturated and everybody bids so low it's not worth it. And guys, I deal with that too. I deal with that exact same thing, and it's frustrating. I get it. But that's why I'm doing this channel. That's where I'm going with that. Like, if I can share what I know and it helps somebody out to charge properly or realize what is possible, because when you're starting out, and I'm guilty of this too, guys. I've been doing this for 5 years now. You go bid something and you bid it in a way to where you think you're making money and you're doing good, and you may be, but you're leaving money on the table, or you just don't know what you don't know, like what things really cost, like at the end of the day. Like if you go out and run a skid steer for $100 an hour, let's just throw a number out there, that sounds great. Like you're like, man, if you own your machine, you're like, man, I'm making $100 an hour and this, that, and the other. And when you take in factor the insurance, guys, I'll just tell you straight up, our insurance a year for our work trucks, my dump truck, our general liability, which is $1 million, and we have an umbrella policy for another $1 million. So we have $2 million in coverage, is right at $30,000 a year. That's what we pay. It's crazy. So you go out and you're making $100 an hour, you think you're making money, but there's so much that goes into this, because in that 1 hour, how many gallons of fuel are you burning? How much are you tearing up your machine? You know, you got to replace the tracks on these things, and they're thousands of dollars. You got to do your preventative maintenance, change your oil, all those kinds of things. So $100 an hour is not $100 an hour in your pocket, because we have these businesses, but at the end of the day, yes, I'm working for myself, but I'm working for those guys. Like, they are the boss. And I'm kind of going off on a tangent here, but everybody has their hand out. Like the rock quarries, I feel like I'm just working to keep the rock quarries open. Like yesterday, I've been hauling so much rock lately, guys. It's been insane. But money comes in and it goes out. It comes in and out as fast as it comes in, it goes back out. It's crazy. Kind of rambling here, but what I'm getting at is, when I was new, I didn't charge what I'm charging now, and I thought I was killing it. I was like, well, at my regular job, I make $50 an hour. If I go out and run a machine and make $100, I'm making twice the money. It doesn't work that way. It definitely does not work that way, because you got to take in consideration all of the non-paid time, like doing bids, all your administrative tasks, doing your maintenance. Just because you're on a job for 8 hours, and this is for this example, and you make $800, you have way more into that job than 8 hours, because you had to go bid it. You had to follow through with the customers, communicate with them, schedule it, call in locates on all your jobs, guys. I don't care. Like, even on this, I called in locates, because trust me, I have found fiber lines that far below the rock, like in the gravel, and luckily I had it marked. I had locates done, so I wasn't responsible for it. But there's just a lot of things that can get you. But yeah, what I'm getting at is there's a lot more prep time, post follow-up, doing your invoicing, getting paid, my wife doing the administrative side, all that kind of thing. There's just so much that goes into this than the actual time on site. So that's why I try to share what little bit of knowledge is in my head, what I've learned over the past few years, to try to help everybody else out. Because why keep it a secret? Like, that's my thing. Like, why not help each other out? And in the blue collar trade, just be a team. Like, there is enough work for everybody. It's been proven. Like, do you know how many friends I have in the area that are doing this? And we are all busy, every one of us. And amongst my circle of friends here, we all talk to each other as if we're kind of partners. Like, we share our numbers. Hey, how would you have bid this? Like, that kind of relationship. And we need to get back to that instead of this cutthroat, screw you, screw my competitors attitude. Because It's just a bad way to live. But that's why I do this, guys, to try to help out. So if you have anything specific you would like me to cover, I don't want to go into depth and like sit down with a pen and paper and show how to come up with your hourly rate and stuff like that. There's plenty of resources online to help you with that. So you can figure that out. And one of the simplest, this is the simplest little hack I can give you. This will get you started figuring out your hourly rate. Like, if you want to know what it costs to run a machine per hour, like as far as the depreciation on the machine, the maintenance cost, stuff like that, go find out. This is very basic, and this will get you a good start. Go to your local rental company and figure out like what it costs to rent a machine that you're running for 8 hours. Like if I went to rent a 335p from United Rentals, what would that cost? And guys, I don't even know, I haven't checked in so long, but let's just throw a number out there. Let's say $700 a day. United Rentals know that in an 8-hour period, they know what it's going to cost them to rent that machine, and depreciation, maintenance costs. They got it all figured out. They're not in the business of losing money. So if you want to do something very basic just to kind of get a start and get a feeler of where you need to be, go get a rental price for a machine. So if you have a John Deere 335, go find out what it costs to rent one of those for 8 hours. That's going to be your machine expense. So that is your start. Now you need to add in your fuel. You need to add in your insurance. You need to add in your labor burden. Like, you got to get paid to run the machine. That all goes in it. You have to add in, I'm getting distracted here. Your profit. Guys, you got to make money. You don't want to break even on these jobs. Your company needs to make money. Like, if you're an owner operator like me, yes. Like, I know what I want to put from my business account to my personal account, but the company itself, my company is separate from my personal bank account. My company needs to make money. That way I can reinvest, buy more things, pay things off. Just, you get the point. So those are the things you need to add in. So that's as far into hourly rates as I really want to go. You can go way deeper, but that's very basic. It's kind of funny, some of the phone calls we get, and I don't even get butthurt over this stuff anymore, but like here recently, I got a phone call from a customer, and this is no disrespect at all to anybody, but guy called the office and said, hey, I got some land I would like to get brush hogged. The dang camera moved on me. He said, hey, I got some land I would like to get brush hogged. I know I can rent a machine for $650. Can you do it for less than that? Come on. No, definitely not. Definitely not. That's an example of like some of the phone calls I've gotten. Guys, and I get it. Customers just don't know, but like, there's just no way. But yeah, guys, if there's anything specific you want to go over sometime, let me know. I'm always happy to help. But I'm going to quit yapping. And let's throw the power rake on. We're going to power rake up this area. So remember, I have my potholes marked. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to run through here. I'm going to loosen up this entire area with the power rake. And then I'm going to scrape all the rock back off to get back down to that grade, only in the area where the potholes are at. We're going to put down the fabric. So let's do that. So what I want here is no indication that there was any pothole. So I'm gonna get that rake all the way to the bottom where I dug out and just get it all mixed back up. Check it out. See that? That's just one pass. We need to get all this loosened up, and then we'll get it rebuilt, and then we'll compact it with that vibratory roller. That's another key to all this. You got to compact it. I'm trying to get this front edge here knocked off, and then we'll spin around and come back the other way. So Con Expo next week. Excited. We're going up there with our dealer, Martin. It's gonna be fun. Me and the old lady, we never do anything, but it is a work trip. Kinda. Yeah, it's a work trip. That's what we're gonna call it. Nah, it'll be cool. I'm excited to look, see what all kind of vendors and booths are up there. I'll hook you guys up and show you some stuff for sure. I'll take my camera. See, the potholes already almost non-existent, but that's why I marked it. You see my flags here because I still want to go in and put the fabric down. You'll see. So I have a question for you guys. So I am booked out currently all the way through June, and you know how it is. We get these nice days, the phone starts ringing, everybody wants you out there to work on their stuff immediately. Well, it's already happening. Our phone's blowing up and I can't get to any of this work, and I completely understand. Like, who's gonna wait 6-8 months to get a driveway graded? I mean, I would love it if they would, but I understand when they don't. So my question is, how should I handle referrals, or how are you guys doing referrals? Like, if you have a company in your area that you know, like, and trust, are you just giving them the lead, or are you getting some kind of commission or percentage off the job? Because it is valuable. Like, the marketing is valuable. Like, our marketing are getting the leads, is getting the leads. So my question for you is, how are you handling referrals? Are you just passing them along? Are you getting some kind of commission? Like, what are you doing? Because that's kind of the situation I'm in now, and I hate when the phone rings and I don't have a solution. Like, I would love to have a solution and say, you know, well, I'm booked out till June. However, I got a buddy that would love to help you, and here's his number. Like, I would love to at least have that solution for them. So let me know. Would you just look at it? It's amazing how bare of rock this road looked, but once you start running this power rake over it, you see it. Look at all this rock. There's a lot of rock here. I've got 6 loads of rock in the budget for this road here. I'm probably going to use 1 for sure in these potholes, and maybe 2 in this whole area. So I got plenty of rock. Look at that. See how that, every time you seen how, dang, float's acting funny on me. You see it every time I go through there, it just levels it out more and more and more. But this whole area is mixed together. It's just, the holes are gone. They are gone. So this is kind of my mission right here. And I purposely didn't go down the left side there behind me, that way you can see. know you can't see my hands right now, but I'm also in the cab making micro adjustments just to fill in the low spots and stuff like that. But look at the difference. Let's go. I'll come through here one more time. Look at the difference between right in front of me and to the right side. See, this is what we want. See that pothole to my right still there? We're gonna work on that next. So mission accomplished on this side. Let's work on the other side. Okay, so this serves the purpose. This is right where I want to be right now. Look how much that rake loosens up this rock. Isn't that crazy? It's awesome. Anyway, so the next step, I'm going to come through here. I'm going to dig all this loose rock back out of where these potholes were. Get back down to that road bed that you've seen. All that stuff I got dug out. And I'm going to put fabric down. So let me dig this out real quick and we'll come put that fabric down. All right, we're ready for fabric, and I'm not gonna bore you guys watching me cut fabric, but this is what I'm after. So you can see right where the pothole was, I got that dug out. So what I'm gonna do next is cut a piece of fabric to fit in this area, put it down in there, and we're basically just rebuilding the road from the ground up in the areas that are bad, because a pothole is a symptom of a bad subgrade. So that fabric reinforces the subgrade, and here is where this was the big one. So I'll get the rake and rake this up a little bit, get it nice and smooth, get those big rocks in there flat at least. But this is the goal. I'm gonna cut the fabric, get it in there. We're gonna dump that load of rock and we're gonna get this road rebuilt. Fabric is down. Let's go dump this load of rock and we'll get it spread. So I've had an issue with this dump truck where this tailgate won't pop. This thing, I need a new bed. I'll show you sometime. There's an air cylinder under there. I'm not gonna get under there right now, it's unsafe, but that air cylinder has bad geometry. Somebody freaking welded on it and it's not ideal, but this is my gate opener. Boom, just like that. we're back. So the goal is to get this covered up without it wrinkling or moving. I didn't leave myself much room to work here, did I? Probably going to need 2 loads to build this area back up. A lot of that material that I cut out had mud and stuff in it, and I do not want to put that back on the road, so I'm going to haul that away. Right now I'm just putting rock on top of it. Then I'll come back like this, just set my bucket on the ground and shave her off like I'm giving it a haircut. Push this on over here. You won't even know this is here when I'm done. It's gonna be a nice looking road. You guys get a good look at some base rock down there. I don't mind it when it's a little clumpy, especially when I'm not tailgating, because typically if it's clumpy it means there's some moisture in it and it will compact better. Definitely in these early stages before you get this built up, make sure you don't spin on top of your fabric, because right now there's not a lot over it. So straight lines back and forth until you get it built back up. I'm gonna get this to where I can excuse me, come over it. So spin around every time. Billy goating. There. Now I don't have to spin around every time. When you're bidding these jobs, make sure you include enough rock to get this done properly, because that's the worst, when you gotta not do it quite right or ask the customer for more money because you didn't bid enough rock in the bid. I always err on the side of having more rock in the budget, in the estimate, and available, and if I don't use it, I can discount it and just take it off the bill. It's much better to take money off than ask for more. That makes for happy customers, and that's what we want. We're getting there already. So right now I'm not worried about getting this perfect. I need more rock, so let's run to the quarry. We are here. I didn't mention earlier, but I'm getting 1-inch base rock. You want to backfill with base rock because it compacts. And I'm using 1-inch today. That'll be right over here. These loaders, typically you want to back into where they can load you from the driver's side. Okay, now we wait. I've been hauling riprap all week and it has been hard on this truck, my goodness. I broke the tailgate on it. Actually, I didn't break it, the loader broke it, dropping the riprap down in there. So the tailgate, it's held closed with that cylinder I was showing you guys earlier. And when he dropped that riprap in there, a big boulder hit the tailgate so hard it broke the cylinder. So riprap is not fun to haul. All right, let's go hit the scale and get back to the job site. So this truck here, excuse me, I haul 15 tons. So when we get on the scale, I should be right at 54,000 pounds. Usually I'm within 1,000, typically. It's hard to get spot on, but as long as I'm within a ton, half ton, I'm happy. Let's see what we got. 52,860. That'll do. right there is why tailgating base rock is a pain in the butt. Look at this. Holy crap, that's still frozen. Look at that, that's ice. Knock that out in a minute, but that's okay. This will work. I'll jump in the skid steer, we'll grade this up. Look at those big old chunks up there, my goodness. Boom, that load of rock is spread. So I'm on the hook to grade all the way up and around. There's a little circle drive up around by the buildings there, and then on out to the road. So for the sake of time, I mainly wanted to show you guys this area with the potholes. So I'm gonna knock out that area and that area, then we'll come back and we'll finish grade this area all as one with the rest of the road and then compact it all at once. So I will be back. All right, I am all done. Sorry, I did not get any video of me grading or compacting. I had to run up to the tire shop. I had to get a new tire put on the dump truck, and it put me in a time crunch. So I just got it done, but this is it. So this area right here with the potholes, I ended up bringing 30 tons of 1-inch base rock. And this entire project, I ended up grading all the way out to the road there, and then this entire parking space and around the trailer there. So in total, this project has 7 loads of 1-inch base rock. And the reason I'm telling you that is I did this in a specific order for a reason. And I did this area with the potholes first because I knew I was gonna be in and out of here with the dump truck loaded, and that thing weighs 54,000 pounds when it's loaded. So it's a giant compactor. So that's why I did what I did. And check it out. There is not a tire mark in this, and I've had the dump truck in and out of here all day. So this is done. That's how I do it. So I'm on to the next project. Guys, thank you so much for sticking around to the end of the video. If you got anything out of this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you on the next one.